We're back. Alright, so where we left off in the last chapter was us sort of meeting Martin Giscard. He took us to find Odo. Odo sent us to find Lazar Basali. Instead we found Anjali, this lovely lady over here. And we found our way over to the Gundrick sort of... Oh no, we haven't gotten to the Gundrick Manor yet. But we managed to find Lazar Basali, and we found Rajani, who was actually another Archon as well, which is kind of what Anjali is. We also managed to, as well, rescue, I think it was, some guy who was captured by Pale Fang, the big spider. And we also came across the Radiant Youth, who is apparently a mysterious sort of figure who appears to members of the Legion. I suppose where to from here is that we're supposed to be going... Dab. We're supposed to be going and finding our way more into the campaign line, which includes a sort of a side quest for Lazar. He sort of gave us an indication that we kind of needed the Gundrick Manor. Well, we need to go to Gundrick Manor in order to find the Gundrick Signet Ring, apparently. I'm not too sure exactly what that will entail, but we'll try and figure it out as we sort of go along here. Having a map like this is actually really interesting, because I'm glad that actually they gave like a little tool to sort of find or track a path where you actually need to go, which is nice for some quests. They didn't have this at all for Dungeon Siege 1, just because the first Dungeon Siege game was a lot more linear. And you kind of, because the whole map was linear, you were perfectly fine to sort of go wherever you needed to and not get lost. I mean, they had like areas which would split off and you could go to other different places, but they didn't really have like an open free roam sort of effect to it, I suppose. The only one that I knew that really had that was like, if you were to play the Dungeon Siege, the first one, there was a multiplayer, so you could go online. That was actually really good at handling, I suppose, like an open world free roam sort of thing. And I actually really like the story for that instead. So what's on this side then? I feel like there's something over here, but I might just take a quick peek and see what it is.
Forgive me. You startled me a bit. I'm afraid I was wrapped up in my studies of this magnificent edifice.
Anything about this building?
Why, this is the Hero's Crypt. Inside lie the champions who defeated the sect 150 years ago.
Ah.
I've been studying its history for years. Sadly, I've never been able to do more than observe the exterior.
Tell me about the crypt's history.
The tomb was originally constructed for the First Lady Montbarron, remembered in popular folklore as the Farmer.
Oh! So what actually happens is that in the first game, you actually start off as a little farmer who your sort of neighbor is, I guess, has killed. And then after that, you pretty much just like, as a farmer, you make your way through to, you know, the whole campaign of the Dungeon Siege, the first game, and it's long. It's really long. It's a lengthy story and everything, but I suppose that that character becomes the farmer. Yeah, obviously now they're referring to as the surname was Montbarron. Oh, okay. That makes so much more sense.
Yes, yes, it seems my family has been saving the world for many generations. You're welcome.
A Montbarron, are you? Now that you mention it, I see the resemblance. You have the farmer's graceful bone structure. Not that I mean to, you're a lovely young woman, but I'm not trying to make, advances. Just a scholarly observation.
Alright, Maxi boy, speed this up a bit.
As As more of the heroes who defeated the sect passed on, they were interred here as well. The crypt became a site of pilgrimage for many. Visitors have reported all sorts of miracles. Good fortune, sicknesses healed, that sort of thing. But no one's been inside for 30 years.
Why can't you get inside?
Ever since Jane Cassinda destroyed the Legion, the tomb has been sealed tight. I think it could still be open, but I have no idea how. Perhaps the old Legion knew. Some of them, anyway.
Tell me about yourself. What brings you out here?
I'm a scholar with the Stonebridge Society of Antiquaries. My particular specialization is early Goblin Renaissance architecture. This structure is a truly remarkable example. Note the intricate cornice work and the marvelously subtle geometries of the roof.
It's such a weird thing for him to even have to mention or even have to sort of... I don't even know where to start for that. Anyways, we could go in here. I feel like possibly we wanted to go along with more of what we were going to do for the main quest. But as most RPG games go, you always get distracted by the side quest. So I feel like we should probably do this. So I'm going to save it from here, and then we're going to go in. Alright, let's see if... Oh, okay, it actually isn't going to let us in. That's fine. We'll have to go back then. Just double backing now, and look, even more things that we have to kill. And not only that, it's spiders still. She's got some interesting lines, I swear. I actually might like this one, just because I know that we definitely need... We really need to try and upgrade, hang on, where was that? There we go, Chosen Prey. Okay, so curses an enemy to suffer more critical hits for 13 seconds. If a cursed enemy dies, a spiritual blast will injure nearby enemies. Okay, so it's single target and AoE. So we have two schools here. So the Creeping Dread, victims affected by Chosen Prey suffer reduced speed and attack power. Okay. And then Katarina recovers hit points and focus each time an enemy dies under the effects of Chosen Prey. This is handy. This is much more interesting. A little bit more control. I feel like I definitely just want to go this one, because it's my first time coming back to playing this game, and I definitely just don't want to waste, I suppose, my... how to say? I don't want to waste my chances at survival, because I've obviously died quite a few times already, so I'm either just horrible at this game, or I don't know. Oh yeah. It's just a buff ability, I suppose. You know what? I actually might just put it into something which is going to give her a little bit more oomph, just to be a support character for now, because until I'm pretty sure we get the other characters, in which case that'll be really awesome, because I wouldn't mind seeing Reinhardt to be one of our sort of support characters. The magey guy. I can't even remember his thing. Okay. Yeah, let's go with that. And we might as well just keep going with, maybe give her a block or something like that.
Look, the bridge is repaired, just as Martin said.
Cool. Well, there we go. Off we go into the sunset. It's weird how this game is... Well, technically, it's supposed to be linear. It feels linear, but it actually isn't. I suppose it's because they remove things here and there, and then they add them in later again, or something like that. Just more and more spiders. More and more spiders. Quite a few. I remember when I was a kid, or at least...
There? The roads ahead aren't safe.
Oh, hello.
Heavy smoke down there. From the looks of it, there was another battle in the swamp. Azunite Church on one side, Royalists on the other. They're always at it. I was questioned by soldiers down the road. They were Azunites, Jane Cassinda's men, and not a friendly lot.
Royalists.
Have you dealt with the Royalists before?
They don't harass me on the road, so that makes them at least a touch better than Jane's soldiers. I think they're an honorable lot, but I don't see them winning this war. They'll die for a queen who's the last of her line, and barely more than a girl.
Why they're
Fighting in the
fighting?
swamp doesn't seem like
Fight,
the best
fight.
place for a battle.
The Royalists are holed up in the Glitterdelve mine to the northwest, and Jane's army marches from the Azunite coast southeast of here. This swamp has the misfortune of being right between the two. This certainly isn't the first time we've had trouble here. Why I still take these routes, I don't know.
And who are the Azunites?
Any opinion on the church soldiers? You seem to have run into them before.
The church army is the right hand of Jane Cassinda, but these men seemed more mercenary than proper soldier. They may call her a living saint, but any woman who hires Lescanzi must be a little crooked. No offense
Wow.
to you, miss.
I take so much offense to that.
Thanks for the warning. I'll be careful.
I'll stay
Katarina
up here
is
for a while,
not pleased with that.
See if things calm down.
Look at Katarina. She's just taking that stuff from an idiot like him. We are seriously high up. I didn't actually realize that. It's quite interesting. I love the world design that they sometimes do for video games. It just makes it look so immersive and pretty and all that kind of stuff as well. All that pizzazz, you know? All that pizzazz.
An avalanche? Here. I do not think nature is to blame for this.
Yeah, no. An avalanche doesn't just grow a cart, Anjali. This isn't how that works.
None shall pass this.
Huh, okay. Don't know how the second ability fares too well. Ooh, he took quite a few crits. And the bullet bounces off as well, it ricocheted off him. For a game that came from 2011, this game is still really, really fun. I really enjoy this. Okay, so my silencing effect does work on a couple of these guys. That's good to know. I'm trying to use more of the second ability on my primary as well again, just to have a feel of what exactly needs to happen. This does not look good at all. Oh god, I hate stuff like this. It's just so creepy. Silenced him. Alright. It's really good. Lots of enemies for us now. Chest, anything decent? Nah, nothing. Just a torn clasp and just a little bit of coins, which is all right. I'll take that. I'll take that for sure.
They must be with the Royalists. Get them.
So it seems to target quite a few people instead of just, yeah. It seems to target just a few people, not just like a single person. It kind of either ricochets off to another one or... Which is cool. I'm not going to complain about that. It'll be real interesting. Oh.
Those were Jane Cassinda's men. They're hunting for anyone with Legion blood.
It's Lucas!
Probably shouldn't have worn a suit of Legion armor. Dead giveaway. Hang on. You didn't pass a child though, did you? Golden hair, piercing eyes?
Not on the road, but we've met.
Well, that's a comfort. Proves I didn't imagine the boy, at least. He said I'd meet others of Legion blood, coming down from the north. But that would mean... Wait. Are you with the Legion? I heard news of a slaughter, dozens killed. After all the rumors, I feared I might be the last.
He is really cool.
Are you from a Legion family?
Sorry, I should have introduced myself properly. I'm Lucas. Montbarron.
You're the son of Hugh Montbarron. So the estate that burned down, that was yours?
My family's estate, not mine. I had no love for that place. No real memories of it either. Better that it's gone. We ought to put that part of our past behind us.
A lot of us were killed, but Odo lives. Martin Giscard, too.
Good old Martin. His father died with mine in the Mornweald. If we live through this and rebuild the Legion, he'd make a fine Grandmaster.
You weren't at the gathering. What happened?
I ran into trouble in the swamp. Some sort of battle between Jane Cassinda and the Royals. Roads blocked, trails collapsed, soldiers everywhere. They've been slaughtering each other for years, all for a few inches of swamp one way or the other.
Man. I have no idea what I should do.
The Legion will rebuild Ebb, alone, if need be.
Sounds like something Odo would say. Can't trust anyone but ourselves. Lessons of the past and all that. Maybe he's right. He's managed to survive longer than anyone else, so it's difficult to argue with him.
Come with us. We're heading south to reopen the Grand Chapter House.
Plenty of trouble between here and Stonebridge. I'm at your service. Lead on.
Yes. Wait. That was the one thing about this game that I was always just so torn apart. I was like, why couldn't I take a person with me? Like more. Can I just... Oh, man. That absolutely sucks. That sucks so much. Man. Well, let's have a look at her skills at least, so... More damage. Knock down opponents. Yeah. I'm not going to invest too much into one particular skill. What I'm just going to do is just, like, spread it out just, like, a little bit, so... okay, so this deals 20% more damage per rank to bleeding targets. Critically hit them. Maybe just more hemorrhage for now. Whilst under the effects of the grapples are opposed, Lucas gains... Oh, okay, cool. You know what? Let's give him one of each for this one. That seems pretty good. Hmm. Maybe let's give them both of that and then both of this. Yep. Cool. And then maybe I can go to this one and invest in like something like that, live by the sword. Alright, so now critical hits deal an additional 10% bonus per rank, so 10 for each rank. 10% of his will as attack DPS, each rank grants an additional 10%. Victory Rush, when Lucas defeats an opponent, there is a 4% chance per rank in Victory Rush that he will regain 10% of his health. You know what? We're just gonna go one with each. Victory Rush sounds pretty cool. That one as well. Oh, we might as well just spread it out and then maybe just go one into maybe Victory Rush, and that should be fine. Alright. Let's just find ourselves over to the next sort of section, I suppose.
Anyone that kills Azanites is a friend of ours. General Devonsey is further on ahead. Just follow the path.
Okay.
Dead royalists everywhere, and hardly any Azanites at all.
Stand away there. Not so close to the general.
Never mind. I can hardly be called a general, with Her Majesty's army lying dead all around us.
Sorry, Lord Devonsey. Sir.
Forgive the boy. A few months ago he was a royal page. Now he's a soldier. Such are the depths to which we have fallen. I'm surprised to see any travelers on the road, with so many of Jane Cassinda's soldiers about. What brings you to this ill-omened place?
This is gonna be interesting.
We were sent by the Legion. We're heading south to reclaim the old chapter house in Stonebridge.
Well said. Best to be open with him. Perhaps he'll return the favor.
The Legion? So the rumors are true. A gathering in the north. The rebirth of the old Legion. That's beside the point, though. I'm afraid you're
His
stuck
tone
here
just
with the rest of us.
completely changed.
The western road has collapsed and we're surrounded on all sides by impassable swamp.
He went from just being like, oh my gosh, that's so true. And then he's just like, oh! Alright.
What forces do you have left?
Only the baggage train and a few cannons. One of my officers, Roderick, had command of the baggage train. He managed to keep the wagons out of sight, hid them under those massive roots. Unfortunately, the men who are guarding the wagons are my greenest troops, former servants and the like. The only blades they've ever wielded are kitchen knives.
Cute.
What about those massive roots?
Indeed, they'd support our weight, and my cannons and wagons too. But the routes are separated by stretches of water. In order to create a path, we'd have to raise the land between them. Impossible, you might say. But I have a man in my army with power over earth and stone. A scholar called Phineas. If only he were here.
We need to find this scholar Phineas. Where has he gone?
He was among the first to be taken by the damned savages. They fell upon us not long after the battle, and they've been mounting raids and abducting our wounded ever since. First people, that's what the scholars called them. Only Azanai knows what they call themselves. I thought of mounting an attack on their village to rescue Phineas and the others, but my surviving soldiers are too few and too young. If I had your help, though...
Let's try talking to the first people before we do anything rash. Maybe they mistook you for a threat.
Now there's a bit of sense. Makes me happy I'm on our side.
A reasonable theory, but I've met their kind before. Scavengers preying upon the weak and the wounded.
I like how Lucas's commentary is just sort of like external to this conversation, as if like he's not actually here.
The ones who can still fight, and we'll meet you there.
Cool. That's the next part of the thing. Alright, we're going to end it there for this part, and we'll try and pick off where we're currently about to leave off. We'll see you in the next one.